to me, a podcast presented by Pro Movement Athletics. Is the one and only JarrettPRO. Today I have a very, very special guest in the building. I'm going to run through his resume before I give his formal introduction. 6'2" shooting guard from Lincoln Memorial University, one of the top Division II programs in the country. Freshman year, he played at Brevard College back when they were a Division II program in the SAC conference. He averaged 12.7 points per game, shooting 49% from the three, and made the all-freshman team. Sophomore year, he upped it to 15.8 points per game, 4.2 rebounds. Improvement. And then his third year, he transferred over to Lincoln Memorial, had to sit because of the transfer rules. But then his redshirt junior year, he started and averaged 11.4 points per game. The team went 30-6. And he was named the 2017 NCAA D2 Southeast Regional MVP. His senior year, Lincoln Memorial averaged 17.1 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, first team all-conference, shot 45% from three. 45. The team went 32-2. Is that correct? 32-2. And that year, he made the most three-point field goals in the country. In D2, the most three-pointers made. Without further ado, welcome. Talk to me, Trevon Shaw, man. How you feeling, man? Hey, I appreciate you coming by, man. And I've known you for 2 or 3 years now, since you've been done with school. And we had our many battles, but eventually you got to realize this kid is the real deal. So I wanted to invite you to this platform to share your story, to let these kids know what it took for you to get here. Because that resume we just laid out, that's an impeccable resume. Right. You know what I mean? And it started from your freshman all the way up to your senior year. So we're going to go through your thought process, how you got there, everything from day one. So first question, now that you are finished, graduated from Lincoln Memorial, like I said, one of the top D2 programs in the country, like what are you doing currently? And did you want to pursue a professional career after graduating, or where are you at now?
Just training right now. I just wanted to help kids and give them something that I never had around here. Because I remember in basketball, if somebody just told me like, yo, Trevon, you're really talented. Like, you can really go further with this. Who knows where my career would have ended up at. So I'm just in these kids' ears, man, just training them, just trying to build them up, coaching now at Lanier High School. So just try to give them, the push that I never got from anybody.
Okay. Now, get a little bit more into, you have a company, how long have you been doing it? How many kids are you training? Like really, because I see everything you put on Instagram, having the gym full of kids at various levels, young to, seniors, some college kids you training for when they go back to school. So break that down. What exactly is your company about? What age group do you train, male and female? Like, talk to me.
Train on top of kids. It don't matter if they're young or older. I just try to give them, the basics, basically. Because, if you already have everything, I'm be honest, ain't pretty much more I can pretty much give you, but a mentality, Like, all these young kids, everybody want to jib around a cone, but I'm the biggest one in the gym. I'd be like, in the game, cones move, And I just try to give them the mentality because a lot of people out here just try to, do it for an easy buck, when I really try to do it to help kids get to college, because I know how hard it was to even get those looks, and even a kid that's talented, that's not even thinking about basketball, that's tough, because I was the same kid in high school, averaging 25 my senior year, getting 30 a game, this game, 30 here, 40 here, and think about it, I wouldn't even work out. Yeah. Like,
that's just a pure talent.
I wouldn't even work out. Like, seriously, like all the hoopers in Gwinnett would be like, at the time, like, hey, come to the gym. Nah, I'm gonna hang out with my friends and play 2K, play the game. And I just wished I would have went to the gym. And, I just wished I would have put in that work, because who knows where I would have been now, you know? So that's why I try to give them that mentality for the jump.
So as much as it is, like you said, the fundamentals and the drills and the training aspect, you also like to focus on the mentality to give these kids to say, hey, if I really want to do this, this is how you need to go at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Compared to, like you said, going in there doing things for Instagram, Twitter, the likes and retweets and all that. So, okay, I respect that.
But I can't even really post videos on Instagram how everybody else do their training, because like we really put in that work in my gym.
And I don't always have the time to have the camera right there. No, you in the trenches. Okay.
I'm always in the gym.
Okay. Now, one more time, what is the name of your company?
Basic to Buckets.
Basic to Buckets. Okay. Basic to Buckets. And then, as well as during this interview, we're going to make sure that we put all his Instagram and Twitter so y'all can follow him and reach out to him if you're a student athlete that's looking to put in extra work and someone that's going to be serious with you to really get you where you need to go. Definitely take a look at this kid. This kid is the real deal, 100%. Now, so we got that out the way, what you're doing with your company. A lot of kids have an aspiration once they finish college to like go pro,
right.
Some form, some shape. What was your aspiration once you graduated, and like, did you have any opportunities to go professional?
For sure, I had a couple of contracts with a couple of guys. I had Belgium,
okay.
I had Australia, and I had a little island. I forgot the name of it.
Okay.
Can't really remember right now, but that was just pretty much it.
Okay, so kids, listen to this real carefully. You played at D2 school, right? You played at a D2 school, and you received professional contract offers to play overseas at in multiple countries, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, kids, listen. You do not have to. The level you're associated with is not how you get overseas. It's what you do when you get there. On whatever platform, D1, D2, D3, NAI, USCAA, NCCAA, it doesn't matter. If you are legit nice, and if you are really that good, this man across the table from me is proof that they will find you wherever you are. A lot of these kids in this generation have this D1 or bust mentality. What was your mentality when you were going through your recruiting process, and kind of describe your experience playing D2 basketball? Because you guys always made deep runs at the national tournament. You got to play programs from across the country, elite level Division II programs. So first question, what was your recruiting like when you were coming out of high school, and what was your mindset in terms of, I got to go D1, I got to do this, I got to do that? Break it down for me.
That's crazy. I had like, let's see, 4 D1 offers out of high school.
Okay.
I didn't really think much of it, to be honest. Like I said, my main focus wasn't basketball. I was worried about other things that regular teenagers was worried about. I didn't really, look forward to it, and I didn't take it for granted until, it was all taken away from me. And Brevard College was the only college left on the table. And so when I went there, they won like 4 games. I'm like, okay. I'm finna come here and get off. Not even going somewhere to try to win and get rings. That's just, I had to mature over the years. If I had known the team won 4 games, truthfully, I never would have went there. I just had to mature over the years or whatever like that. So went to Brevard College, and the biggest thing, I had an older guy named Darius Mooster. He was telling me just produce.
Okay.
He was like, you have to produce.
Okay.
If you want to leave here, you have to produce. And I was like, man, you just hate it.
Yeah.
Because me and him used to go back at him, butt heads all the time.
Yeah.
But he was just like, man, just produce.
Okay.
So that just made me produce at Brevard, and I got somewhere else.
Okay. So you went to Brevard. You were there obviously your freshman year as well as your sophomore year. And then you decided, what made you decide to make that move? Because a lot of times when people transfer, they try not to transfer in conference because of the rules. You got to sit out for a year. What made you want to go to Lincoln Memorial and transfer in conference and basically have to sit a year and have to redshirt? What made you choose Lincoln Memorial?
I just saw how good those guys were, like honestly. And I just saw how the program was ran. I mean, Coach Schertz was like one of the best coaches, within the country.
Yeah.
And just, being there within LMU was just like you take it for granted when you're first recruited there, but LMU is like one of is
top tier
program in the country. The most wins within the country. So and I just saw those guys. Like we actually had a couple of NBA guys, Christopher Perry, Emmanuel Terry, that I played with. These guys were big time. So when I saw them, I was just like, man, I got to get there because I just know my game could go from one level to the next just being there.
Just being in that right environment. Now, in terms of, I want you to speak on the competition level at the D2 level, because a lot of people think, oh, you're a D1 player, you're up here, and all these players are great, they're the best in the world, and then people kind of try to push to the side NAI or D2, not knowing that a lot of these kids that are all conference, all league, are at these D2 and NAI schools transfer back down because they're not playing, they're sitting at the end of their bench on these D1 rosters. So speak on the competition level and what it was really like at that high of a level D2.
It was tough every night. Like we won, majority of our games, but that's because we had a great system and a great coach, and we had phenomenal players. We had D1 players on the roster. Like our whole starting five could start at a lot of D1s. Like our whole starting five could be the man at a lot of D1s. Like a lot of D1s wouldn't even play us. We was really that top tier.
That's what I want to get into next.
We was really that top tier, like for sure.
These elite level NAIAs and elite level D2s, people don't understand that a lot of times these low major and mid major programs and even some high major programs, they will not schedule to play those smaller level schools because if they lose, that's a horrible look on their program. Speak on some of the D1s you guys played. What was the outcome and what was that experience like as a D2 player in a D2 elite level D2 program going against some of these D1s?
We ain't really much think too much of it. Like we was that good. I can't really explain to y'all because everybody be thinking, oh, D2 isn't as good as D1. Like if you ask any of your coaches, any kid that's being recruited by D1, just ask them about Lincoln Memorial. They'll tell you, like, it's no joke. You come over there, D1 guys will come into the building all the time, trying to transfer, and they couldn't even cut it there, And this is like, you got to play for the coach. You got the culture, all that stuff is involved. So just being in the best environment, like we went to Butler, and Butler won that game by like a few points, and that's because like we messed up towards the end, like we didn't execute, and it wasn't Butler, like we beat ourselves. But like even if we would have beat Butler, I'm telling you, we would have never been in there like happy praising, because we won a game by 70 points, it's error. Win a game by 1 point, it's error. So we know no matter what, we still had work to do. So our coach always kept us humble. So it didn't matter who we played.
Okay, so next question. Speak on, like, a lot of these kids focusing on the wrong things in terms of in the recruiting process. What advice would you give student athletes coming up behind you? What things should they focus on and prioritize when they're going through their recruiting process in terms of best fit, type of program, etc.? What advice would you give?
Getting your scholarship paid for. Like, regardless of what school it is, just make sure it's a great fit. But, man, you want to go to school for free. If they're willing to pay for everything, man, go there. It don't matter what it is. All you got to do is produce. And you'll get wherever you want to if you produce. Like I got a kid I trained named Griffin Neville.
I know.
And he had D1 offers and D1 looks. And out of nowhere he committed to Young Harris. And everybody was like, oh my God, why would you go D2? And he was like, well, because I want to be the best player I want to be. So he was like, I want to be comfortable. I want to grow as a player. If I go to this school or this school, I might be limited. So, I felt like he picked the right choice for his game right now. And he wants to be a better player 4 years down the line from now. And I'll guarantee if he produces, he still will go pro because he's that good already.
No, he's very talented. Very talented. Young Harris got a good one in him. So, okay. Now, I want to ask because we have at the NBA level, at the college level, at the high school level, it's to see a lot of people can shoot a high volume of shots, right? But have low percentages, efficiency-wise. You shot 45% from 3 your senior year and made the most threes in the country for D2 basketball. You just don't wake up and shoot like that. You know what I mean? What did it, those numbers, those stats are impeccable. How did you get to a point where you were shooting with such efficiency. Speak on your work ethic and really what did it take for you to become the player you are?
Coordination. Like, I realized I always can shoot, but to shoot at a high level, you got to be like have some good coordination and confidence, man. Like, realistically, that's the highest thing I can really get to. Like, 90% of basketball is mental. So I would just have the utmost confidence in the world. Like, every game, my goal was like, and I'm making 7 threes. I'm making 6 threes. You know, that was just my goal. And just, you know, being in the right situation. Like, my coach had all the confidence in me. So did my teammates. So maybe let it go. Let it fly every time. So.
Okay. And when you guys look this guy up, there's games you hit 8 threes in a game, 10 threes. What's the most threes you hit in the game?
Like, what do you mean, like ever played?
Like in college. What were the most threes
11.
you ever? 11 threes.
Right.
33 points just off threes. That's ridiculous. Okay. All right, man. Well, look here, man. I just want to thank you for coming by and to show you some support. Can you pass me? I got you one of the pro shirts and some shorts for you, brother. But look, man, keep going with your business. We need more people in the trenches actually putting in that work and helping these kids focus on coordination, focus on the basics and the fundamentals. Everybody wants to skip steps and get to the Euro steps and all the stuff that looks nice, but we need more people actually breaking it down and training these kids the way you're doing. So listen, man, I always got you. You got my number. I appreciate you for coming by, man. Talk to me.